Good morning and welcome to Wednesday Inspiration. We are going to play with lovely arrangements, both the stamp and die set. This is becoming one of my super fast and exciting new product to play with. I'm just having a ball with it. I just realized I don't have my lights on, which will probably get a terrible glare, but... And I'm also using the lovely Stripe embossing folder. And I wanted to tell you a little bit about this embossing folder. Most embossing folders, when you use them, because of the embossing, they shrink a smidge. This one shrinks a little bit more than a smidge. I was testing it to see, and I wanted, so this is 4 by 5 1/4, and if you take a card front, it's doable. It's not bad, okay? And some papers are going to shrink a little bit more. I just find it's easier. Now here is, this one was the same cut, but see, when I put it on here, see how much more there is around it. I'm not exaggerating, but I mean, it's just like 1/8 of an inch, but I don't know, to me, it's the balance. So I found when I'm using this, I pretty much want to cut it the size of my front of my project, and then I can trim that embossed image down. I just find that worked better, which is what I did with Cloud Cover, which is an in color. What does that mean? In color means that it is here for 2 years. It was new last May, and so we have a whole nother year to play with these 5 colors, and in color being one of them. Okay, so I'm going to move that up out of the way, and thank you so much for watching. I didn't even introduce myself. If you don't know who I am, I'm Wanda Riley. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator here in Oregon, and I'm having a blast creating and showing you fun projects. So we're going to get started, and we're just going to get going here. So I have some little pieces of paper. This is what's really cool. It's 2-sided, so I'm using one side and the other side. No big deal. But before we put everything together, I'm going to stamp some image. I'm going to stamp some leaves. So let me grab that. Have you guys used our embossing, our die cut embossing machine, or our die cut machine? It's really cool. It's easy, and I will show you here. So I'm just going to carefully lift my stamp up. And I'm lightly pressing on here, and I'm going to go like this. And I'm going to see if I like it like that. Okay, so we got that. And let's take our die cut now. And we're going to grab our die cutting machine. And remember, with Stampin' Up's die cutting machine, you want to offset your middle piece. And lightly lay that on there. And then, I love this mini. It's very transposable. Can go anywhere with you. It looks like my leaf maybe jumped a little bit. Yeah, it did. Rats. Yep. Okay, so let's do this one. And you can put washi tape on. I find usually I can hold it in place. And so it looks like that. That's not bad. Let me find another piece of white. Let's stamp another one. Because I kind of like the look of two-tone leaves, but we'll see how that goes. Happens when you drop your die on the floor. You have to pick it up. Okay, let's get the die cutting machine and our plates. See if I can hold this one in a better place this time. Liking that. Okay. Nope, moved again on me. Part of the problem is this is a little higher than my die cutting table is, so it's hitting just the right edges. There we go. Okay. So we pop it out. Oh yeah, that's much better. Okay. All right, let's assemble this card. So it's pretty easy. Let's see, I need my silicone mat because it kind of grabs the tape, I find better, but that could just be me. Okay. Well, that's on there, Crooked Wanda. It's that kind of day. Not good. Yeah, you can hear me concentrate. I know. Okay, one more. So we're using the back side. Come on, you were working so good. With that. And then one more that we're just using the right side with the pretty blue flowers. Okay, and I'm using crumb cake as my back or my bottom here. And oh, you know what? And this is two-tone cardstock, and I am using the lighter side. This one's a little too gray for the project that I was making. Okay, now let's put this on here. And then we'll put the bottom one on. They're going to kind of touch. This is a top fold card, so just so you know. And then this one is going to go here. You know what? Let's put this on dimensionals. And I'm going to keep my dimensionals pretty much in the middle so that I can tuck some fun items underneath and around it. So let's make that even. So it's just like that. Oh, I like that. So the other cool thing about this stamp set are these flowers. And I've already stamped and die cut. Now this is in Crumb Cake. There's nothing wrong with that color. But you know what? I really liked it in Pecan Pie. I thought it really warmed up the peach color, which is Petal Pink. And like I said, there's nothing wrong with Crumb Cake. That if that's what you have, that's okay. But I did like it with the Pecan Pie. So I'm going to use the Pecan Pie, but I'm going to grab a little bit of Secret Sea, because Secret Sea is in here too. And I'm going to find my ribbon scissors, and I'm just going to cut a piece, but I am going to trim this sort of in half. It's kind of hard to do. It's not going to be perfect, but I just want, I didn't want such a thick piece. Does that make sense? So I do like, this ribbon has like an open weave, so it kind of stays in there. Okay, so see, now I have just a smidge, and I'm going to, should write, no, I don't want it too big. So this is more what I want to do. And I'm just going to grab a piece of some tape I have here, just so I can play with it a little bit. And then, yeah. And that's just gonna, a glue dot will do that too. Yep. Okay, so now let's figure out where we want to tuck our leaves. So now we need to put some dimensionals on our leaves. And I'm doing that so I get some height. Yeah, I like that. So let's tuck this one in. And it's slipping underneath my middle one here. And then this will sit up there, and then let's leave that one not raised. See if I like it that way, or if I'm going to change that look. Come down like that. And then, yeah, just, and then let me put, oh no, I didn't want a dimensional on this one. I have little help today, so that's okay though. So we got it. So it's like that. Oh, I do like that. Okay, I like that little bit of blue. Okay, so now it's like that. So let's add my favorite part. You know what? I am going to add, now that I see this, I am going to add a dimensional right behind it. And I should have measured that before, but I think, yeah, that holds it in place there. And my tape is showing. Okay. And let me put some pretties on here. What should we put? You know what? I think, I'm looking. Oh, you know what? Let's use these. These are the Charming Shimmer. And I like this little petal pink. I don't want to add too much more color to it, but I think that will give us a little pop. How about that? Oh yeah, that's what it needed. Well, you know me, I always think it needs a little bling. I think I'm gonna add some more. I got them, so let's play with them. Kind of tuck them under there so they're peeking through. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I like to do odd numbers. So anyway, so there is your project for, let's do it this way. How about that? That's your project today for your Wednesday inspiration. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. If you know of anyone else who'd like to see and create and play with us, show them and tell them where you found me on Create with Wanda on YouTube. All right, guys, have a good one. Bye now.